Alright, so we're going to be taking this truck to Florida, which is pretty much a cross the country trip for me. I'm in upstate New York. It's like a 21-hour drive for us. We're headed to Fort Myers. So we're going to be doing a... Oh, I didn't pop the hood. We're going to be doing a pre-trip across the country little go over the truck here. Alright, so this truck is currently all warmed up. I would definitely warm your truck up before you check all these things that I'm going to be checking, which would be all your fluids and the oils, transmission fluid. Probably do a little cleaning in here also. Check the air box, the belt, the pulleys. But let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to check is the brake fluid here. Mine is definitely a little bit on the dirty side, so we'll probably change that, but that won't be in a today video. But it is a little dark. And we are on max line right here. So that's our first fluid, that is okay. So next is going to be the coolant tank. And as you see, we are in between both lines there. So we're okay. Top's cold, bottom's hot, and we're fine there. So next thing we're going to do is check the air box here and see how our filter looks. So once we get the box pulled off, just move that out of the side. Just be careful because the mass flow sensor and wires are right there. You don't want to damage those. Here's our filter. Mine is definitely a little bit dirty here. It's actually really dirty. So we're gonna blow this out. See all the crap in there. Wow, it's really dirty in there too. Holy crap. So yeah, we're gonna clean up all this air and box stuff and get that little bit of water out in there. Alright, so I literally have probably just enough brake cleaner in here to do this. We're just gonna spray. Okay, we're out. We didn't have any. This probably isn't the best way to do it, but this is just kind of soapy water. I didn't have any brake cleaner, but I'm just going to use some of this and wipe it up with a rag. Alright, so now we're going to blow this out. I'm going to shoot from the back here and blow it all that way. Super clean in there. So let's get it back in the truck. Alright, now that the air filter is all back in, we're just going to put it over these holes right here. And then we're going to slide it in like this and then clamp it down with the clips on the back. Alright, so our air box is done. That was really dirty. So we've got these whole side of the motor fluids. They're perfect. Now we're going to check our oil. Mine is right here. I always just wipe the first one off without even looking, and then the next one I check. So we'll put it back in the dipstick hole. And then this one we'll check. And my truck's good on oil. Just a hair under that second dot, but that's good. Also, I would bring a little extra oil with you in case something happens or if your vehicle burns a little oil. So next, this is kind of like a personal thing, but if your washer fluid's low, add a little in it. Mine is actually 100% out, so we'll fill her up. Alright, so this is all I have is a little splash, but better than nothing. And I just do it like that. That's fast. Okay, there we go. There's a little in there. Probably won't do the whole drive of windshield wash cleanings, but it's a good start. Now we're going to clean up this motor bay because it's a little crusty, guys. I won't lie, I kind of neglect the engine bay cleaning a little bit, but I just want to have it clean before we go down. That way I don't have any worries of like crap getting in anything. So this probably isn't the best way to clean your motor bay, but I've just always used tire shine. I think it's all the same stuff, really. Alright, so it's a little cleaner in here. Ain't nothing perfect. I really didn't take a lot of time. Just kind of wiped off some of the more important pieces, like down in the throttle body area. And then the battery terminals I cleaned up pretty good. Now it's still got a little bit of crap on it, but it'll be fine. This don't really matter. Just kind of did that for my own peace of mind. But now we're going to move on to the transmission fluid, which you got to go under the truck. And I don't know how your guys' is, but this you have to use the 19mm wrench, and then you pull the dipstick out and check when the transmission is hot. To access mine transmission fluid, we're gonna go under here, and then we'll have to find it when I get up under there. Right there. Hopefully you guys can see. Exhaust is right here, and where I need to get is right there. That's the top of the nut. Sorry for poor lighting. I'm just gonna kind of do this, and then I'll show you how to check it when I get some light. Alright guys, it was a pain in the rear to do that. It was hot and uncomfortable and wet from the water and shit dripping off the truck. Once you get that bolt off, there's a dipstick. Mine was in between A and B. I think it was fine. The transit's cooled down some, so I think it's in between cold and hot. My transmission's like 130. It's supposed to be at 190 when you check it, so I think the fluid's kind of cooled down a little. It's been a couple hours since I've drove it, so I think I'm fine. But you want it to be right around them. So I just put it back in, and mine was fine. So now the next thing that I'm gonna do is pretty much the basics. Now we're gonna like check our lights, make sure we don't have any lights out or anything like that. So literally just gonna hit the four-ways, walk around the truck. Both are working there. I know that both my license plate bulbs are working. Both bulbs there. Turn signals on the mirrors. Passenger turn signal and driver turn signal. So we're all good there. Next we're going to do is check our tire pressures. I do think mine are a little off because it's kind of got a little pull on the stock wheels. It never did pull. But everything right now looks great. Alright, so this is what I think everybody should bring on a road trip. So we have all this jumper cables, a jack, obviously a spare tire. Definitely you're going to want one of them. So, tools, just general tools. I have some ratcheting wrenches here. I have 3/8, 7 through 19mm sockets here, 1/2 inch, and then we have some miscellaneous 1/2 inch in here as well. Let's see here. So I have my little 3/8 1/4 inch gun, with 3/8 adapter. I also have a 1/2 inch there. I have the big impact. Some screwdrivers, some vice grips, channel locks, adjustable wrench. These two right here are specifically for the lug nuts because I need thin wall. So those are them. These are all thicks. 1/2-inch ratchet, 1/2-inch breaker bar, a magnet, tape measure. I don't know, I think a C-clamp for whatever reason. I thought maybe it would bring hammer, WD-40, 2 ratchet straps or whatever. And then obviously your other 2 important things. So coolant that's pre-mixed, ready to rock and roll. And then the same oil that's in the truck, about half full. And then I don't really know, I think if none of this stuff can fix it, then you probably aren't going to be driving it anyway. Just my opinion. The only thing I kind of do wish I had was like a garden hose. So like for one of these like hoses here, when I could kind of like reroute something if you got to kind of cob job something up. But that's what I think you would need for like a cross-country trip. I mean, obviously you're not going to want to be doing 100 the whole way and beating the crap out of it, obviously, but that's what I think I would, obviously that's what I do if I was to drive that far. But thanks for watching. Hopefully somebody can get some input on what they bring or what they thought maybe extra they should do. Thanks for watching, and hope for a good trip here soon.